and get into today's topic, which it falls in line with something a lot of you have been saying or needing, and that is really scaling your business. The cool thing about you all is most of you have assistants, or you're in a place where you're closing lots of deals and you're wanting to pivot to another side of the business, right? But really scaling your business to where it can be the most profitable for you with the minimal amount of work. Um, you've all probably heard the saying, and if you haven't, I'm going to tell it to you. 80% of the income generated in your business should be done by other people. Okay. Sonia, yeah, you have froze on us, but
Yeah.
I was wrapping up there, but speak with CPAs and stuff. So 80% of the money made in your business should be done by other people, meaning you should be doing 20%, right? And if in your business right now you're doing more than 20%, then you're doing too much, because that means you're not scaling, you're not running the business, you're working in the business. Okay. And as a real estate agent, as a team leader, that transition takes place when you have successfully delegated and now your business is scaling. Okay. But what does that look like? Because everyone always asks, hey, what should I have them do? What's a task? What's a task? Okay. I don't want you to think like that. I don't want you to think like that. I want you to think for a moment about, in a perfect world, right? That look of success, like my business is exploding, it's blowing up, we're succeeding. Imagine to yourself, what does that look like? What does that look like? Does that look like you running around town showing buyers left and right? Or does that look like you just at lunches and coffee meetings with high profile, important people? You know, does it look like your business running on autopilot and you being able to take vacations and scale and grow the business into other areas, right? Or does it look like you being in the office every day for 50 hours a week, trying to steer the boat, make sure everything is running right, picking up tasks that people didn't do, right? Really think, what does that look like? Do I have TV commercials running, radio ads going, driving this big Maybach with your logo and face on the side of it? I see your question, Kiera. I'm gonna answer it here shortly. You know, what does that look like? Does it look like you have a big staff around you? Does it look like you have a small staff? When you show up in your office, is it full of people, everybody doing their job? You got agents out there making a bunch of money? Or does it look like just you and an assistant, right? Whatever that looks like, that's what you want to plan around, because ultimately that's what your goal is. That's what that vision of success is for you. Like Kiera asked a question, do you recommend everyone have a formal team? Well, Kiera, what does success look like for you? Does it look like you doing all the work, or does it look like other people doing the work with you? Right? Whatever that success looks like for you, that's going to answer that question about having a formal team. Now, in 2022, there's the traditional team, there's modern teams, there's brokerages, there's all kinds of ways this can be structured. But what do you want? What does that success look like for you? That's a very important thing to write down and to really know, because even moving into a formal team here, you're going to have to sell the vision. People are going to have to know what your vision is and know where they fit in, right? You can have a big team, but still be doing all the work, right? You can make a lot of money, but have no time freedom. And that's not what I want for you. I want you to have a scaled business to where you're able to build an empire because you have income and you have time. So really think about, what does that look like for you? Now, when we get into scaling, this is a very important concept to wrap your head around, especially as you are hiring people. You are not hiring just to complete a task. Okay, people who you have on board on your team, you are not hiring just to complete a task. That's going to keep you stagnant in your business if it's always just do this, do this, do this. You are hiring to scale the business. You working as a real estate agent at this point, you are a business owner. And I tell y'all this all the time. So even if you are solo, your activities can't just be focused on taking care of what you have right now. You always have to think about what your goal is and where are you trying to take this to. I always tell people there's no shortage of work in real estate. In my business, I can always 100% of the time find something to do. And that's the same for all of you. You're never done. You can always find something to do. Now, whether you get it done or not, that's the real question here. So let's just say, right, you want an office like Bio's example. He wants buyer's agents. He wants buyer's agents. He has 15 buyers right now. He wants buyer's agent. He needs to hire buyer's agents. He needs to interview buyer's agents, all that kind of stuff. That's a task in itself. That's a task in itself. But he has an assistant. So scaling wise, your assistant should be putting out these job postings. Your assistant should be screening these clients. Your assistant should be looking at the resumes, getting everyone to take the DISC test, to where when you are interviewing people, you are interviewing the highly qualified people. Okay, you're leveraging what you have right now at your disposal in order to scale the business. Right? For all of you who have assistants, when it comes to client gifts, when it comes to new hires, when it comes to systems that need to be put in place, that's why you have people. No, Bio, it's not your job to learn KV Core. It's not your job to learn KV Core. It's your assistant's job. You're being counterproductive with that, because now you're going to go learn it. First off, you're going to have someone teach it to you. Then you're going to go learn it to go back and teach it to them. Then if they have a question, they're going to come back to you, and you're going to have to go to somebody else. That's counterproductive. And it's going to take way more time than it should, instead of having them go directly to the source to learn this platform. That's part of their development as an employee. I love it. I love it, love it, love it when people on my staff, and one of my staff members does a phenomenal job of it. She's always taking a course, doing some training. She told me in the meeting the other day that she's been taking a training over something that she knows is going to allow her to do her job better. I love that. One of my old office managers, I showed up one day, she showed me she was taking she was taking development classes over learning Excel, because I was having her do a lot of spreadsheets. She didn't come to me saying, hey, how do you do this? She went out and found a course that taught her that stuff. Okay. Now, when it comes to future hires, she has it. And because I always recommend anybody on your staff is documenting their process procedures. Now, when it comes to the next person who fulfills that job of hers, she's done the training and she's documented it, how it applies to this job. I haven't even been involved in any of that. Right? It would be counterproductive for me to be involved in it. And at this point, I don't need to be learning Excel just to be able to delegate that to someone else. Okay, there are some areas in your business you want to start focusing on. One of them is your marketing. Your marketing. Another one, your lead gen. So lead gen, a lot of you speak about ads and funnels and postcards and cold calling, all of this. Did you know cold calling can be something that's delegated out. It's called an ISA. However, you don't need to be the ISA leader in order to delegate that out, in order to scale that department. So lead gen, branding. What does your branding look like? How can it be better? Find the holes in your business and get them filled. That's scaling. If you know that you need a new logo, get a new logo, right? You have an assistant, have them research companies that do great logo work, present to you the top 3, let you choose. Okay, you need new folders, you need a new website, whatever it is for your brand. Your Instagram needs to be optimized. Heck, if they don't know how to do it, find someone who knows how to do it. And not you. Let them find someone. Let them go on Fiverr looking around, or going on Instagram looking for creators. Next, finances. How many of you are tracking your finances? This can be a tedious task, right? Let them track that. The closings that should have come in. What have we been paid on? What haven't we been paid on? What checks are we waiting on? What bills are going out? Ara, who's on the call, she handles all my bills for me. Right? She knows the logins, when they're due, what's not right, what should be right, pays them on time, files the invoices and files the receipts. Because when you're running a business, especially for those of you like Daniel who have office spaces, you have that expense, you may have other expense, softwares, things like that. All of that is going to be a lot to keep up with. And don't just set that stuff on autopilot and set it and forget it, because that's how you can end up in a trap at the end of the year when you're like, crap, I've been paying $20,000 a month in expenses, and half of this stuff I don't even use anymore. Right? So finances, customer service, right? Customer service. We have a rule. She knows it. 2 hours. Anyone who sends an email, who calls in, who whatever, leaves a voicemail, we have a 2-hour rule to where they have to be contacted back within 2 hours. Why? Because that creates great customer service. And it's a rule that's across the board. So therefore, she's able to attend to that. Even if it's an answer that she doesn't know, right? Hey, I just wanted to touch bases with you because I saw that you called us, and I wanted to let you know that we are on it, and I will get this taken care of. You can expect a call back from me tomorrow at the start of the business day. All right, just to provide great customer service. Hiring, I kind of talked about that a little bit. Hiring, if you need people, whether it's for 1 job or 2 jobs, or someone to be full-time on staff, that's something that can be delegated, right? Partnerships. So Bio mentioned earlier about having vendors sponsor certain parts in the home buyer seminar. Well, your assistant can go out there and find those vendors. I would have them pull a list of any title company that y'all have closed at this year, any inspection that you have recommended for someone, any home warranty you've sold, call that company or call that rep, put a list together and reach out to all those people, let them know what y'all are doing and how they can help. You don't even need to do that. Programs. So Sonia mentioned your VIP programs. We have those programs. We have gifting programs, client appreciation programs, things like that. All that stuff can be handled by someone else. Now, Chasen, why would you want it handled by someone else? It's to free up your time so that you are only focusing on those things that make you money. You don't need to be sitting for 5 hours a day calling vendors. It will make no difference whether you call them or your assistant calls them. No difference. Except if you call, they might think that you're hard up for money and you're not busy enough. You know, think about it. Think about when you're getting preferential treatment for something, and it's like, hi, I'm calling on behalf of Chasten J. Miles, versus, hey, this is Chasten, can y'all do this for me? It's a difference, right? So trainings is another thing. If there's something that people need to know, whether your agents or a skill that your staff needs to know, send them to the training. Let someone else do the training. Y'all, there are title companies out there that will train you, that will provide you with whatever kind of training that you want. Your association most likely has trainings left and right. Your brokerage most likely has trainings left and right. It doesn't need to come down to you. Send your team members to these trainings or have them come into your office and do the training. They'd be more than happy. And this is another way of establishing a relationship. Hey, can you come into my office and teach me and my 2 agents about zip forms, or about KV Core, or about the new tax laws, whatever? Oh, we'd love to. We'd love to. Okay. But in order to make any of this happen, you have to know what that ultimate vision looks like. Okay. Because that ultimate vision is not just about right now. Yeah, we're working with 10 buyers and who need to be shown homes. No, that ultimate vision is that we're working with 100 buyers at a time. Well, I can't work with 100 buyers right now because there's only 2 of us. So what am I going to need? I'm probably going to need 3 buyers agents. I'm probably going to need more folders. I'm probably going to need better packages. I'm going to need some vendors that can sponsor some stuff. I'm going to need a better deal on these knives that we give everybody, because ultimately, I mean, eventually it's going to cut into our bottom line too much. So what are you going to do at that point? You're going to have your assistant or your transaction coordinator or whoever lining this stuff up for you, presenting it to you. So you're ready. You're ready to go and you're not distracted from what you're trying to do. Now, when it comes to delegation, how do we get this stuff done? How do we delegate? Okay. The method that I've been using that I always recommend is big rocks. It's big rocks. Okay. What are those big rocks? What are those big things that we need to kick out of the way? What are those tasks that need to be done? And now big rocks can be anything. There's always your right now things that need to be done, which is why we set priority levels for these. There's A, B, and C. A priority is something that needs to be done before the end of the day. B priority, something within the next 48 hours. And then C, before Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, think about these big rocks that you can create to scale your business. Who has perfect accounting softwares right now? Who's keeping track of perfect accounting? Whose CRM is 100% updated? Whose Google Drive folder or Dropbox is 100% updated and organized? Whose marketing is already planned for the next 6 months? There's things that you can be doing in your business. You are never out of work. Who's happy with the way that your signs and business cards look? You know, if you're ready for a new brand look, again, this is scaling. You want to work with more high-end clients, Sonia? Does your brand look high-end? If not, it's something that can be scaled, something that can be done. This is a big rock that can be on your sheet, right? Now, you're going to set these big rocks, and when you delegate, a couple things you need to know. You need to know, was I clear? So was I clear? Do you understand what the expectation is? Do you understand and do you have clarity on when it's due? And lastly, do you need any help doing it? Do you know how to do it? Okay, you get that? Yes, yes, yes. All right, perfect. Get it done. Now, if someone says, no, I don't know how to do it, great. Let's put an appointment on my calendar for tomorrow at 1:30. I'm going to show you how to do it. Or, hey, I want you to go to this website. There's a training video on there. It's going to show you how to do it. Hey, I want you to go look on YouTube. There's tons of resources for this to teach you how to do it. I'm going to still keep this appointment on my calendar for tomorrow. If after you've watched certain videos, you still don't know how to do it, I will show you. But I want you to go out there and look out first. Now, when it comes time to check the results, you got that affirmation. Yeah, I can do it. I know how to do it. I know when it's due. I don't have any questions. We're good. Okay. So those are those big rocks, which when do we talk about this? That daily meeting that I'm always telling y'all about. That daily meeting. Now, at this meeting every day, there are a couple of non-negotiables, or there are a couple of standard things that you're always going to talk about. You're always going to talk about who are the new clients, how many leads we got, what fires do I need to put out, is there anything that I need to handle? Those are normal business day-to-day things, okay, that you should be talking about every single day. You can do them in a sales huddle, start of the day before power hour. You can do them after power hour or at your daily meeting, but those are normal. You talk about those every day. These big rocks are things that are going to scale the business. Okay. And as long as you are scaling, right, as long as you are continuing to add new things on there, your business will grow. Don't fall into the place of just doing transactions, because then what are you doing? You're just maintaining at that point. You're not growing. All right. You're not scaling. So think about this over this week. What do I want my business to look like? How do I want it to be like? What is that dream? And then write down what you need to do to get you there, right? Whether it's a new commercial space, more agents, more staff, whatever it is. And that can be the start of your big rocks. Okay, you want to put in a new program. There you go. It's a big rock right there, Sonia. Daniel, you want to do more events. Hey, that's a big rock right there. How can we really explode these events? Do me a favor, have your assistant put all the events on the calendar for the rest of the year. Okay, have your assistant get graphics created. Have your assistant find the place for all these events. Start putting together lists. Bio, you want to do more events? You want to have vendors do it? Have your assistant make a list of everyone who y'all have worked with and start reaching out to them. Put together some packages. How much money do y'all need? Oh, well, let's look at the accounting. Oh, the accounting is messed up. Okay, now you got to get the accounting together. There's always something to do, y'all. Always. And if you feel like you don't have something to do, you're not scaling. You're not scaling. You should not go to bed feeling maxed out on transactions you can take. You should not go to bed feeling like your systems aren't tight. So therefore, I should never get the question of what do I have them do? What should they be doing? Think bigger. It's not just a task. This is a business. Let's blow this business up, scale this business. That's what your assistant's job is, to scale the business for you. All right. Any questions?
Okay, I will start. First of all, do you recommend paying salary or hourly? Because I'm ready today. You were preaching to the choir.
Yeah, you can start with hourly if that's more comfortable for you. The cool thing about payroll is it can always be changed. You know, you can start with hourly. You can start with part-time hourly. You can start with the virtual assistant. Start with what you're comfortable with, what you can budget for.
Okay.
I always recommend, you know, like full-time people, because I'm just not a big fan of part-time, especially in real estate. So at the least, you can do full-time, and then it's up to you to kind of figure out hourly or salaried versus, I mean, not versus, but based on what type of job they're going to be doing. Like someone who's in your front office, who's just an assistant, and they're basically just working during office hours, that can be salaried. You know, for someone who's only really working when you have something for them, that can be hourly.
Okay. Thank you.
What other questions?
Well, I have a comment because
Yeah.
this really hit home a lot. I understand and I really know the benefit of delegating, having been running a team in my other life.
Yeah.
But I keep putting off getting help in real estate because I keep saying, well, I'll get help when I grow to that point, and then and I can quit my full-time job and do this full-time. But I think that that's probably holding me back because it makes it where I have so much that I need to do that I can't adequately scale even from the little bit, the part-time that I'm able to do. I kind of think that if I were to get help, that then I could more quickly scale up the volume that I'm doing so that I could be full-time, and then that would scale me even quicker. So
Yep. And that's what this topic was about. It was about scaling. It wasn't just about hiring, it's about scaling. And then think about it, Sonia, like, what's your hourly rate? So every hour you spend doing something that can be delegated to someone else for probably half of that rate, so, and then I'll tell you all this, there's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect time. There's not a level you should be at, right? Because I'm going to tell you what tends to happen is you start to adjust, right? You start to adjust to, oh, hey, I can do 10 deals by myself. Oh, okay, well, I can do 15 by myself. I can do 20 by myself. And you never end up getting someone, right? And if you know that you're already limited on time, like, you only have 24 hours in a day. And realistically, we're asleep for some of those hours. Okay, so I'm just to keep it easily understandable, the max you can do is 24 hours worth of work. Right? Now, think about if someone else was there. Now you got 48 hours worth of work that can be done for your same 24 hours. Third person. Now you got, what is it, 60? Same for your 24 hours. Okay? That's what scaling means. And yeah, don't wait. Don't wait. You're gonna see, especially with these hires, and as you start to get people to help you, your money should grow. Your money should grow 3 times. I always say 3 times is a good investment. So you having someone should make you 3 times what it's costing you. Bio, you had a question or something?
Oh yeah, I mean, this was really great. Like I needed this, man. I'm just trying to be like you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a multi-millionaire. And I know real estate can provide it. The opportunity is there, but we have to do what it takes. It's the work of like a CEO, which means you have to learn how to hire, how to fire, how to delegate. Like that's the work of a CEO. So CEOs don't work, they think.
Yeah.
That's what my mentor told me. He said, you're working too hard. You should be thinking, not working. Think of how to improve your processes. Think of how to make people work with you while you are focused on big tasks. Like hourly wage for me, give me $1,000, man. Don't think like a $20 hourly wage person where you're doing all these busy tasks. I told somebody last week, I don't want to be busy. I want to be productive. Having meetings with high-end clients, talking about big stuff, not just, oh, I have a buyer buying the $300,000 home. I got to drive 40 miles. You know, anybody can do that. So anyway, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Let's keep growing. So I wrote down a few things I'm going to have my assistant start working on. We're planning the next event. And I want to just chip in something real quick, right? So for a lot of people on this call and they're looking to maybe scale or do more deals, you have to make noise, okay, in the marketplace. You have to make noise. You have to get loud. What that means is that you have to let people know you. People do business with people that they know, they like, and they trust, right? So if people don't know you, how would they like you? If they don't know you, how would they trust you? Can you hear me?
Yep.
So you have to make noise in the marketplace in terms of let people know you. Whether it's through creating content that you think is shareable on social media, whether it's through physical marketing like mailing postcard and things like that, whether it's people telling people about you. Like for these events, we say, for example, right, to put it in perspective, once you create an event, people are going to hear about you. People are going to share it with other people. People that you never met before are going to be aware that you exist. The more people that know you and know that you exist, the more business you can make. So as I continue to grow now, I'm kind of seeing that, hey, make noise in the marketplace. Let people know you in your local market, and then you can grow. Once you grow 3, 4, 5, 10 transactions, you have money to hire people now. You have resources, like I'm thinking I have 3 employees right now paying about $40,000 a year for them. It's not a lot of money because I know I can make 500 grand GCI this year. I already see it. Next year we can do $1 million. So anyway, thank you for this, man. I needed this. This is like high-level conversation to grow our business, because it's not enough to just be busy as a real estate agent, going to showings, going to appointments. I told somebody I'm not working weekends anymore. Saturday and Sunday, I want to chill with my family. That's it. Who is going to work for me? I'm going to have a buyer's agent that's going to do that. I'm going to try to have an inside sales agent. Once I continue to grow, I'm going to have my assistant work. Weekends, I'm out. I'm traveling for vacation with my wife. That's what I want to do. Will it be easy? No. Is it possible? Yes. Why? Chasing has done it. Brian has done it. A lot of people that are high-level real estate agents, they've done it. So we know it's possible. We just have to do the work as CEOs of our companies to make our dreams come true.
I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. I gotta hop off of here. And congrats on you talking about she's already making double her hourly rate from her full-time salary job. See? Amazing. Amazing. All right, y'all. Have a great week. I will see y'all. Y'all know where to find me, and I'll see y'all next Monday.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thanks.